All right, so um, I was just gonna make a short video on the Foo Fighters phenomenon, like the strange lights that pilots saw during like World War. I think it's World War II. I'm just now getting into this. I've heard of them before, but this is my first time like really delving into it. So this is just going to be like a sort of like an introductory video. It's not going to be too long, and then we'll do more in-depth deep dives in later videos. So let's see here what we think. So this is really my first time delving into it. Um, so okay. Toward the end of World War II, mission updates from the 415th Night Fighter Squadron took a mysterious turn. Along with details of dogfights over the German occupied Rhine Valley, pilots began reporting inexplicable lights following their aircraft. One night in November of 1944, a Bristol Beaufighter crew pilot, Edward Schluter, radar observer Donald Myers, and intelligence officer Fred Ringwald were flying along the Rhine north of Strasbourg. Um, they described seeing 8 to 10 bright orange lights off the left wing, flying through the air at high speed. My first thought is, what are these things? Like already, I'm wondering what are they? Because I believe the pilots. I believe that they're credible. Neither the airborne radar nor ground control registered anything nearby. Schluter turned toward the lights and they disappeared. The report continued. Later, they appeared farther away. The display continued for several minutes and then disappeared. Myers gave these objects a name, taking a nonsense word used by characters in the popular Smokey Stover firefighter cartoon, Foo Fighters. Okay. Um, Reports kept coming in. The objects flew alongside aircraft um, at 200 miles per hour. They were red, orange, or green. They appeared singly or with as many as 10 others in formation, and they often outmaneuvered the airplanes they were chasing. They never showed up on radar. Richard Zybart, historian for the nearby 417th Night Fighter Squadron, heard many of the stories directly from the 415th crew members. The pilots were very professional. They gave the report, talked about the lights, but didn't speculate about them. Still, the pilots found the sightings unnerving. Scared shitless was how a 415th pilot described feeling to Keith Chester, author of Strange Company, Military Encounters with UFOs in World War II. At the end of the year, an Associated Press war correspondent, Robert C. Wilson, celebrated New Year's Eve with the 414th. The next day, his story on the Foo Fighters was featured on the front page of newspapers across the country. Other squadrons had seen them, but it was the number, consistency, and impact on the 415th crews and the fact that a reporter listened to the airmen that finally prompted investigations into the sightings. Amateur psychologists, military aviation buffs, and conspiracy theories offered explanations, but none that the airmen found credible. They didn't believe they were hallucinating because of battle fatigue, and because of the lights caused no damage. The pilots doubted they came from remote controlled German secret weapons. St. Elmo's fire, a discharge of light from sharp objects in electrical fields, seemed unlikely, since the Foo Fighters exhibited such extreme maneuverability. Eventually, the Army Air Command sent officers to investigate, but their research was lost after the war. Oh man, that really sucks. Chester reported. In 1953, the CIA convened a panel of 6 top scientists familiar with experimental aviation technology to determine if the lights constituted a national security threat. The Robertson panel, named for its chair, Caltech physicist Howard Robertson, offered no official conclusion. Zybart, the historian, offered no explanation either, only an insight. I think the Foo Fighters didn't show up on radar because they were plain light, he said. Radar had to have a solid object. If there was any bogey out there, the pilots would absolutely be able to tell. So I will end it there for now. This is just like a kind of like an introduction, an introductory summary into the Foo Fighters phenomenon. So this is really strange. Really interesting, really fascinating. I'm going to do more. This is just part 1. Definitely want to do more of a deep dive into this. And right now, I don't know what to think other than I believe the pilots are credible and they saw these lights. I don't think that they were enemy aircraft. I just don't. I don't think they were from the Germans or anybody else. I'm sure. I guess we'll gain some further insight though as we go on. As always, though, let me know what you think about what you think the Foo Fighters lights are. And I hope you found the video interesting, and hope you stay tuned for the other parts in this series. It's going to be all about the Foo Fighters. And it's really mysterious. They really are. As I said, this is like the first time I'm really delving into this. I've known about like sort of like what they were, but yeah, this is really interesting. So I'm sure I'll learn a lot more as we go on. I will end it here, and I will be back with more UFO content soon.